Okay, we're going to be determining which measure of central tendency best describes the data. So when you're looking at the data, you want to be able to determine whether the mean, the median, or the mode best describes it. If your data has an extreme value, meaning an outlier, some weird number out there that's bigger than the others or smaller than the others, you don't want to use the mean. So when it says the mean, you use the mean when you don't have any extreme values. So if there's no extreme values, then you use the mean. If there are extreme values, like what I just mentioned, and you don't have any big gaps in the middle of the data, then you want to use the median. The mode, if you've got a number that's repeated a lot, then that's the one you want to do. Okay. All right, here's an example. It says choose an appropriate measure. You've got the Summer Olympics. This table shows the number of medals won by the U.S. Which measure of central tendency best represents the data? Then find the measure of central tendency. So you see the years, 1992, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, and here are the number of medals. It says since the data has no extreme values, and it doesn't, the smallest number is 97 and the largest one's 112. That's pretty tight. Then the mean would best represent it. So you add those up. Since there are 5 numbers, you divide it by 5, and that would be 104 and 3/5 medals won. Now we know you don't win 3/5 of a medal, but you get the idea. All right, here are animals and their lifespan. So we have a table over here that's got several animals down and their lifespan. So we do have a value that is really out there compared to the rest of them. If you see an elephant's 35, a dolphin is 30, a chimpanzee is 50 years, a tortoise, it looks like a turtle. We think of it as a turtle, but it's a tortoise. 200 years, they live a long time. Gorilla, 30 years, a gray whale, 70 years, a horse, 20 years. We've got a big old outlier here. So we wouldn't want to use the mean. Now we're going to find the mean and let you see how that affects the data. So when we find the mean and we add them all up and divide by 7, we get 62. The median is 35. The mode, the number that occurred the most was 30. Now, it's down on the low side of this data. If you'll see, you only have one number smaller than it, so we really wouldn't want to use the mode because that's not going to represent the data very well. But we can use the median. The median's 35. All right, now they come down and they also do the mean, the median, and the median without the outlier by taking out the tortoise. So the mean is 39. When you do that, the median is 32.5 and the mode is still 30. So the median best describes the data here. Thank you. All right, now here's another one. It says when you choose mode as the best measure of tendency. Students have taken a vote on the new official school colors for their sports uniforms. The number of votes for each color is shown. Which measure of central tendency would you use to decide the winning color? And if you look, they've got 7 on red, 4 on orange, 1 on yellow, 5 on green, 6 on blue, and 10 on purple. And so that would be the mode. That's the one who got the most votes. When we did our presidential election this year, that's how that was determined. That was a mode vote. So the key ideas, the mode is the best measure of central tendency for data that represent frequency of choice, such as a favorite color, clothing, shoe sizes, or most popular musical group. If all the numbers in a set of data are relatively close together, either the median or the mean can be used to measure the central tendency, and that's true. When you use the mean, you can usually also use the median, and sometimes they end up being the same. And then it says, if a data set contains unusually large or small numbers relative to the rest of the data, the median is usually the best measure of central tendency. Thank you.